1,000 different animals as well.
Yeah, Slovakia, man. Brief intermission, Slovakia. But anyway, it kind of make you think about what you're eating. But like I said, can't be too over righteous. Scriptures say we're gonna eat poison, and in the land of our enemy. Matter of fact, let's just get it. I don't know what the hell I'm still talking, but let's get this book of Psalms 82, and I'm gonna start at verses 4. It says, "Deliver the poor, and needy, and rid them out of the hand of the wicked." Now, when you look at this society we live in this world is full of wickedness. It's full of evil. Everything is tipsy turning. That's why the scriptures say, "Surely your things of turning upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay." Because, who the hell wants to eat tainted meat, tainted poison? Who wants to eat shit that's gonna kill them? Like literally, you're eating and it is killing you. It's a slow death. Okay, like we always go into how we're eating. It's a slow death, bro. Everything you eating is defiled in some form, some way. You got all these chemtrails. You got all these chemicals, man. Just the pesticides, man. All this shit. It's taking a toll on us, and this is why Jake suffered from ADHD, autism, because it's all in the supply. Food is supposed to be holistic, healing, giving you the nutrients and vitamins you need to function. You shouldn't have to eat a slice of which pizza is wicked. I won't say pizza is wicked, but even pizza is not even what it used to be. But let's just say you eat let's see if you eat some chicken, some breasts or some thighs or something like that. White meat, It's funny how they distinguish white meat from dark meat. Allegedly, the dark meat is the part like the legs and I think it's the legs and the thighs. I think the wings and the breasts are I think is the white meat. But allegedly, the dark meat works the hardest part. It's the hardest parts of the chicken. But let's say if you eat a pack of drumsticks, let's say if you eat 2 drumsticks and some potatoes or something like that, you're damn near feel like you're finna give up the spirit. Because when this food enters the bloodstream, it creates a slowdown effect. Instead of give you the nutrients and vitamins you need, it kills you. Okay? Food is supposed to give you energy, and you can tell the difference. Like when you go to those banquet halls and a job catering food, actually good quality food, you can feel the difference. Like I remember a long time ago, man, it was probably back in 2014, me and one of the brothers that was in the camp at the time, we went to some event. It was like some type of hype event. Like we was basically like sidelining for like this. Forgot what it was, but we was basically supposed to. Damn, I can't recall it. But it was like an event we went to that required a lot of energy, and they fed us. They fed us like chicken breasts, which is white meat, which is very tender, juicy, tasted good. And then we had like some mixed vegetables and stuff like that. And I'm looking to myself, I'm like, this shit finna fill us up. How we gonna be performing and active when we're all sluggish? But see, it did the opposite effect. It filled us up, but it gave us the energy we need. Versus you going to one of these restaurants and you getting a fucking Baconator or some shit and you all fucked up. I never understood that because it's not real food. And it says, they know not, neither will they understand. And they walk in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are out of course. Okay, everything. Okay, from the processing facilities to the land Sabbath. One thing Esau, we was speaking over the weekend. Esau, if he just allowed the land to rest, like in the Midwest and just America alone, okay, they claim you got 4,000 miles from point A to point Z, okay, which is millions and millions of fucking square footage, right? So you have all this land, have all this vast land that you can plant, you can garden, you can farm and do what you do, and you still have more than enough land to keep a land Sabbath, to let that land cure itself, heal, and then go and plant somewhere else, and then go reap the increase of what you've planted after 6 years. Because the land Sabbath, you plant for 6 years, and then the 7th year you let the land rest so it can rest and re-yield. Even the earth needs rest, man. This man is working the earth 24/7. Even the earth needs rest in order to do what it's supposed to do. Because when you don't rest, you die. Like we're living on a dying planet, man. Okay, but just getting back to the point, the Midwest is big enough to feed the entire country. This is why they call it the breadbasket of the world, damn near the world. Okay, you have enough open land out here to feed civilization for centuries, man. But what does Esau do? He taints it, he pollutes everything. That's why it says they know not, neither would they understand, and they that walk on in darkness, and all the foundation of the earth are out of course. Everything is out of whack, bro. Everything. It says, I said ye are guards, and all of ye are children of the Most High, but you should die like men and fall like one of the princes, man. Right, and part of that is due to dieting, due to the foods we eat, the waters we drink. Like I went to the store and bought a pitcher so I can put my juice in when I juice, when I juice my celery and my oranges and stuff like that. Because I actually didn't own a pitcher, and I bought one, and I had to look for a good one, man, because you get this weak shit. This shit got BPA in it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit releases a chemical, and then when that chemical gets in your bloodstream, it may not kill you instantly, but eventually down the line, you may have some type of cancer from it. So we definitely got to get out of here, because the scriptures gives us dietary laws that we are supposed to follow. All right. Ezekiel 4, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 9. It says, "And thou also unto thee wheat." It says, "Take also thou unto thee wheat and barley, and beans and lentils and millet and fitches, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof. And according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side, 390 days thou shalt eat thereof." Okay, 390 days. Okay, going into, when the scriptures goes into 3.5 days that life entered to them. Okay, going into from the time of the fulfilling of the Gentiles. Okay, this is going into the time of our captivity, which is here in Babylon the Great. All right, because in this captivity, we wasn't fed shit but poison. Okay, unreal foods or Franken foods. Like the brothers was going into how eating apples. Back in the day, you leave an apple out for an hour, this shit turns brown. Okay, now you eat an apple, hey, basically it's still intact. Just like a hamburger. They did the different comparison to a McDonald's hamburger and a real hamburger. And basically the McDonald's hamburger didn't break down, nor the fries. So basically when you eating that shit, it's not even breaking down in your bloodstream and your bile salts and your, your gallbladder, your bile salts and the acids in your stomach. It's not even breaking down the food entirely so you can digest it all. So you have colon cancer, and, you have particular forms of, pancreatitis and all that other shit, man. It creates lifelong effects, and shit, before you know it, you die off because the foods is defiled. But it says, "And thy meat should be which thou shalt eat by weight, 20 shekels a day from time to time, thou shalt eat it. And thou shalt also drink water by measure, in the sixth part of a hin, from the time thou shalt drink." And it says, "And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that come out of men in their sight." So the food we're eating is equivalent to shit. But we have to eat because, hey, the scriptures say we eat our bread defiled among the Gentile. All right? Because this is a punishment. This is our captivity. This is why you have McDonald's on every corner. You have Wendy's, you have Burger King. And don't get it twisted. Them shits are good, but they're not good for consumption. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let's just say we in the time of Jacob's trouble, and a raven lays some McDonald's in front of your cabin, and you gonna eat that shit. Like I gave the testimony 3 weeks ago. I came outside and there was a bag of Mickey D's on my front porch, like by the front of my door, with a large fucking Sprite. And I don't even eat McDonald's. It's like, if I eat that shit, I gotta have an extreme craving, which I don't know nobody craves that shit for real. Or it gotta be like some spur of the moment. But that ain't some shit you gonna catch me eating, not even twice a year. I avoid it. Now, when we were younger, we grew up on food like that. I'm not gonna cap. In my teenage years, we did eat that because shit, we didn't know no better. But it was a bag of McDonald's. I remember the order. And usually DoorDash orders, they have names and apartment numbers, but that show you that the spirit is gonna be with us, because that had no name on it. And I'm like, oh shit, who left this food here? Now, in my mind, the way I think, sometimes, I overly critique shit. I'm like, man, that can be some poison in there. You know what I'm saying? Then the spirit like, well, it could be. Because there's no name, it could have been sent to you. Somebody want to fuck you up. Then again, it could be a blessing to show that the Lord is really going to take care of us. But see, the spirit's so cold, because I was getting ready to go to the store anyway and buy groceries. So I'm like, well, I don't even need this food anyway. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to just take it to the office. Maybe somebody in there may eat it. But it was a spicy McChicken, a large fry, and it was like a 6-piece chicken nugget, all so-called lawful foods, right? So, basically it was for consumption. So those things like that. But, Jake don't make a habit of eating shit like that, for real. But that's just the point. The Lord gonna take care of us, But it says, "And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that come out of men in their sight. And the Lord said, even thus says the children of Israel, eat that defiled bread among the Gentiles, which I will drive them." And we are among the Gentiles. Okay, we're in the time of the Gentiles being fulfilled upon Yahweh Shai's return. Then said I, Lord Yahweh, behold, my soul have not been polluted. It says, for from my youth up even to now, I have not eaten that which died of itself, or is torn in pieces. Neither came the abominable flesh into thy mouth. Right. You know, because you go into these processing centers, they're grinding shit up. You know what I'm saying? They're mixing things, putting chemicals in the food, etc. Versus when you slaughter the bison, you take out the fats and things that you don't eat, the nasty stuff, and the things that you do eat, that's consumption. You clean it, you rinse it good, you make sure it's well packaged, and then you make your patties that way. Okay, because believe it or not, cow's meat, bison meat, those animals, technically the shit is not pink. So when you look at the grocery store and you buy your hamburgers, that pink shit on there is actually chemicals, man. Pink slime. Okay, actually insides of a cow, it's a little darker than that. You see what I'm saying? So you even got to ask yourself, what is this that we're eating? All right. But it says here, then he said it to me, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. And moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they should eat bread by weight and with care, and they should drink water by measure with astonishment, man. Because now we got to go to the grocery stores for all things. You got to get EBT. You got to go wait paycheck to paycheck, and it's a struggle for Jake. All right. I'm trying to find that scripture. Poison. I'm trying to find that scripture. Thou should eat poison and live. Eat poison and live. Matthew 16:18. I don't think this is it, though. Matthew 16:18. It's another scripture that goes into the poison. Because this is ultimately going into when we get the spiritual power and all that other good stuff. But let's get that anyway. That's not the one I'm thinking. It's another one. I can't remember how it's paraphrased, but this is still a good precept here. Matthew 16. And what the fuck? Matthew 16:18. What the fuck? No, Mark 16:18. Slovakia. Mark 16 verses 18. And it reads here, it says, and these signs shall follow them that believed. In my name shall they cast out devils, and they shall speak with new tongues, and they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. And they shall lay their hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So regardless on what we're eating, brothers, healing is coming back, okay? Brothers are going to be healed from all types of infirmities, man. So just sit tight, hold on, man, and hey, let the Lord do his thizzle. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. With that, shalom and above all.